Bat in the Dining Room. Written by Crescent Dragonwagon. Illustrated by S.D. Schindler. A bat flew into the dining room at the hotel restaurant by the lake. Mistake. The open window must have called it away from sail and flit, from bat wings, from bat things, in from outside, from above the lake. Mistake. That bat in the hotel dining room. Perhaps it fell. No way to tell. Or if it flew down the chimney, no one knew. But suddenly, in the warm night air, in the hotel dining room, it was there. Just a bat, confused and scared. For a moment, no one noticed it or saw it circling wildly. The ceiling high, the fans a-twirl, the mothers, fathers, aunts and uncles, boys and girls. Cousins, in-laws, sisters, brothers, Melissa, quiet, with the others. Waiters in their black and whites, summer evening, coming night. Menus, murmurs, conversation, ordinary June vacation. I think I'll start with the fruit cup. Who would have even thought, look up? Then someone did. A woman in a large green hat looked up and saw it and screamed, "Bat!" and ducked and screamed again, then more. "A bat! A bat! A bat!" The door was rushed by panicked families who crouched and gazed up frightenedly, covering heads with sunburnt arms, as if that bat could do them harm. The babies bursting into tears at all the screaming, clutching fears of parents, cousins, uncles, aunts. Like that, the dining room was cleared, the patrons in the lobby. Well, I never! Did you ever? Was it hiding in the curtains? We're never coming here again, that's certain. Ugh, I hate bats worse than anything. It could have gotten in my hair. Tell me, is it still in there? But all that running for the door and screaming just confused the bat still more. In vain the maitre d' cried, "Please, don't be alarmed. I have no doubt, in just a moment we'll have it out, and dinner on the house." Is there no one anywhere who guesses how that thing which panicked them might be? That dark gray bat shape, delicate, frightened, circling crazily? And could they ever, even one, think to feel that bat's bat fright? Spinning, spinning, spinning from outside, trapped inside a strange, enclosed, and lit up night? Not even one in sympathy? Yes, Melissa. No one saw her yet. The waiters and the chef talked loudly in the kitchen by the dining room. Well, look, if I get a ladder and a broom, if we could stun it, catch it, if we open all the windows wide, let's think, what else could we try? And bat, poor bat, it's pitched too high for anyone to hear. But in its panicked flight, if anyone had looked and really seen, they could have heard, from just the way it moved, a terrified cry, and seen its beautiful ridged wings beating like a heart, fluttering like moths. Where is it? How can it get out? How did it get caught? It wants its home night sky, no horizon chopped by roof and fan, just darkening air above and clear. The bat careens into a fan blade and is stunned and plummets to the floor, as conversation raises to a fever pitch beyond the dining room door. A boy peeking through the lobby glass saw it, said, it fell, oh good, I think it's dead." But Melissa hadn't run. She'd dropped to the floor, under the table, cloth draped in white, watching, listening with all her might. Strange Melissa. At school they called her weird. That night she lifted up the tablecloth and peered, and saw the bat stunned, flapping on the floor, and she alone thought how the bat might feel. And so she crept across the carpeted floor and reached the outside exit door. The others, panicked, had forgotten it. Melissa knew, since only just that morning she had noticed that outside door, exploring, when she'd gone out herself walking. She loved her family, yes, but all that talking. Mandy, her sister, Charles, her brother, Mama, Daddy, Fred, the noisy others. No quiet, not enough sometimes to think a single thought. Sometimes Melissa just took off, escaped that feeling, caught. On her morning walk she'd seen that door, just as she'd noticed, quiet, 1,000 things or more. A cardinal on a telephone wire, that the third swing on the left was higher, a padlocked gate, some lichen on a stone, a high-up bird's nest, which she left alone, the way the frogs got silent by the lake, when she walked close, and that the water was more gray than blue. 1,000 things that I or you might not notice, might not see. Melissa saw that morning, including the dining room's outside exit door. Was this seeing why Melissa knew that the one most frightened of it all was the bat? Her mother, in the lobby, just then missed her. "Mandy, where's Melissa? Where's your sister?" And as Melissa crawled out from beneath the table, the bat began to fly again, since it was able. "Ah, it's not dead, let's shoot it!" cried the watching boy, seeing the bat, then added, "Hey, there's a girl still there! Look at that! A girl in there with that bat!" "Melissa!" screamed her mother, racing for the lobby door. "If I've told that child once, it's been 1,000 times or more." But before she could go in, Melissa reached that secret door. The door had a sign lit up in red. "Emergency exit only," it said. Melissa stood and pushed it, stepped outside, and held it open. "Come on, Bat," she cried, but very softly, no one could hear. "Come on, Bat, come on, Bat, come on out here." The bat continued circling in the dining room. The chef was waiting with a broom. The maitre d' was calling Department of Wildlife. The little boy said, "Shoot it, hit it, throw a knife." But Melissa crouched there in the dark, kept saying, "Come on, bat." And with each circle the bat came closer, as if it smelled the soft night air, as if it saw the outside dark, as if it hoped but didn't dare, believe it might find its way again back out of there, to dream of circling, darkling night, to lift bat wings, to be bat right, to swoop and glide above the lake, to leave this strange enclosed mistake. The wildlife officer had a gun. It would not kill, but only stun. He drove up in his truck. He parked. But even then the bat moved there, towards that piece of dark, a square, Melissa's open door, the way the bat could fly out free, away, and swoop out into nighttime. "Come on, Bat," Melissa said, and then the bat flew out above her head. Her chin turned up, she saw it for an instant, a moving breeze of joy against the sky, and she smiled and said, "Goodbye." An hour later, all was calm, dinner served to all guests free, and everyone discussed the bat excitedly, and how brave the little girl had been. They fussed over Melissa, called her kind to animals and smart, but no one had a clue, no one even knew what was in her heart. She smiled politely and said, "Thank you very much," and "All I did was open up a door," and "I just remembered that exit from before." But that night, when she crawled into bed, Melissa remembered, smiling in the dark, the joyful moment when the bat flew out and free above her head, and thought of it a swoop, a glide, its panic ended, flit and soar, and that she'd held the open door. Now in its night, bat circling and bat limber, and thought, "I hope that bat's forgotten this night, which I will always remember." The end. Can you make a text to self connection? How would you react if there was a bat in your dining room? Hope you enjoyed this story read by me, Star. Until next time, keep reading.